on profit and loss. And in this session, we will have a look at questions based on basic calculations of market price, selling price, discount, and premium. And as I have already told you, the prerequisite is your ability to write down a relation between market price and selling price as soon as you have the relation, that is, as soon as you know the discount or the premium percentage. For example, if the discount percentage is 20%, you should be able to write down instantaneously that selling price must be 80% of market price, or for that matter, discount is 20% of market price, because I have already told you that discount percentages, unless they are mentioned otherwise, will be calculated on marked price. Let us take a look at the first question. An item is sold at a 20% discount for rupees 480. What is the marked price? Now, how can I solve this question? So there are two different ways of thinking out this question. I can simply calculate the discount. It is given to be 20% of the mark price. But this is not the mark price, this is the selling price. So what do we have? We have selling price is equal to marked price minus 20% of marked price. So which means selling price is equal to 80% of marked price. Now this is something which you should be able to write down instantaneously. And since selling price is given to be 480, 480 is equal to 80% of marked price. Your marked price will be 480 multiplied by 100 divided by 80. I can write this 80% is 80 by 100. So this goes 6 times. So the correct answer is 600 rupees. So the other approach is, as soon as you know that there is a 20% discount, you should be able to write down that market price is 80% of, selling price is 80% of market price. And then you can solve this question in no time. Let us look at another question. An item is bought at rupees 300. So since this is the price at which it is bought, you know that it is the cost price. It was marked up by 300%. Now as you read markup, you should know that this markup, because nothing is mentioned, this markup percentage will be calculated again on the cost price. कुछ लिखा नहीं है तो cost price पे ही ये markup percentage लगने वाला है. Therefore it was offered, thereafter it was offered at a discount of 20%. Now this is a discount and nothing is mentioned in the question. Therefore we will assume that this discount is on the marked price. Now you know that percentage markup is 300%. So instantaneously you should be able to write down an equation like marked price is 400% of cost price. Now this equation should be almost instantaneous. And similarly, you should also be able to write down, because discount is 20%, selling price is 80% of market price. So you can very easily calculate the selling price, and once the selling price is calculated, you can also calculate the profit percent. Let us first calculate the market price. Now many of you will wonder why 400% of CP. Because it was marked up by 300%. So we will write market price as cost price plus 300% of cost price. And since cost price will be 100% of itself, 100 plus 300 gives you 400% of CP. So market price will be 400 upon 100 into CP, that is 100. This goes 3 times. So market price is rupees 1200. Now once you get the marked price as rupees 1200, the next step is to calculate the selling price. Now we know that selling price is 80% of the marked price. So selling price is 80 by 100 into 1200. This goes 12 times. So it gives me rupees 960. So we have been able to calculate the selling price also. Now percentage profit is selling price minus cost price. So selling price minus cost price upon cost price multiplied by 100, which is 660 upon 3. So 220% is the percentage profit. You should be in a position to calculate this very fast. In fact, these calculations, over a period of time, you should be able to do them orally if you want to win in a competition. Let us look at the next question. Chocolates are sold at 15 for a rupee. At what price should they have been marked if the discount offered was 20%? So discount offered was 20%. Instantaneously, you know that selling price is 80% of the marked price. Please make sure that you are able to write this quickly. Now chocolates are sold at 15 for a rupee. So what is the selling price? You are able to sell 15 for rupees 1. So 1 will be sold for rupees 1 by 15. So this is your selling price. So 1 by 15 is equal to 80%. I can write this as 80 by 100 times the marked price. 24s are, 25s are, 5 3s are. So you get marked price as 1 by 12 rupees. So for one chocolate, you spend 1 by 12 rupees. So which means in 1 rupees, how many chocolates will you get? You will get 12 chocolates for 1 rupee. Now those of you who are not able to calculate how many chocolates for a rupee, you need to understand that for 1 by 12 rupees, you get 1 chocolate. So for 1 rupee, you will get 1 upon 1 by 12, which is equal to 12 chocolates. Please make sure that you understand how the correct answer here is 12 chocolates. So you mark them. The marked price here will be 12 chocolates for 1 rupee. This should be the answer. Let's solve another question. If an item is sold at a discount of 20% on the selling price, now things have changed. What is the discount in percentage offered on the marked price? And what is the relation between marked price and selling price of the item? So the first thing we need to try out in this question is identifying the relation between marked price and selling price. Now you're told that discount is 20% of the selling price. It is given in the question. Usually discount is on the marked price, but here the discount percentage is on selling price. So we calculate 20% of SP. And we have this equation that selling price is equal to marked price minus discount. So selling price is equal to marked price minus 20% of selling price. Now selling price can be written as 100% of selling price. Any number is 100% of itself. ये हमको पता है. So 100% of selling price plus 20% of selling price. If you transfer this quantity into LHS, 100 plus 20 will give you 120% of selling price, which is equal to marked price. So this is the relation between the marked price and the selling price in this case. Okay. Now we are asked to calculate the relation between marked price and selling price, which we've already done. The other question is, what is the discount offered on the marked price? So let us assume, I have already told you that whenever all the values are given in percentages or ratios, you can solve the question easily by assuming values. We assume selling price to be rupees 100. Therefore, the marked price will be 120% of selling price. So 120 by 100 into 100, that is rupees 120. So discount is marked price minus selling price. So 120 minus 100 gives you 20 rupees. Now you are required to calculate this discount as a percentage of the marked price. So discount as a percentage of marked price will be 20 upon 120 into 100. 26 are, 25 are, 2 3s are, and 2 10s are. So we get 50 by 3% or 16 integer 2 by 3%. So this discount percentage is 16 integer 2 by 3% on the marked price. That's all in this session. I hope you will be able to solve such questions now. Thank you.